India's Commerce Department reported that in December, merchandise exports were $38.51 billion while merchandise imports were $63.55 billion. The goods trade gap was cited at roughly $25 billion, compared with $20.63 billion in December of the prior year and $24.53 billion in the previous month. Which accounting identity best matches the reported December gap using the standard definition of merchandise trade balance? Your options are: A. Merchandise trade balance is equal to imports minus exports is equal to plus $25.04 billion. B. Merchandise trade balance is equal to exports plus imports is equal to plus $25.04 billion. C. Merchandise trade balance is equal to exports minus imports is equal to minus $25.04 billion. D. Merchandise trade balance is equal to exports divided by imports is equal to minus $25.04 billion. And the correct answer is option C. Merchandise trade balance is equal to exports imports is equal to minus $25.04 billion. Rajesh Agrawal, India's Commerce Secretary, stated in a briefing that India has held on well in exports to the US even after a 50% tariff was imposed on categories affecting 55% of exports. He noted that electronics exports were not covered by the additional tariffs, while sectors such as textiles and leather could be stressed. In trade policy classification, what is the most accurate description of a 50% tariff structured as a percentage of the import's declared value, with some product categories excluded? Your options are: A. Specific tariff with product-level exclusions. B. Ad valorem tariff with product scope exclusions. C. Tariff rate quota with in-quota rates. D. Countervailing duty linked to subsidy margins. And the correct answer is option B. Ad valorem tariff with product scope exclusions. India's Commerce Department reported December services exports at $35.5 billion and services imports at $17.38 billion, implying a services trade surplus of $18.12 billion. The release clarified that December services trade numbers are an estimate and will be revised based on a subsequent release by the Reserve Bank of India. In official statistics terminology, what is the best label for such a figure at the time it is first released? Your options are: A. Final estimate, not subject to revision. B. Provisional, advance, estimate subject to revision. C. Benchmark robust series, structural revision. D. Seasonally adjusted estimate, calendar corrected. And the correct answer is option B. Provisional, advance, estimate subject to revision. The Commerce Department reported that December services exports fell 3.97% year-on-year, and the decline was attributed mainly to a high base. In the same month, merchandise exports still showed a modest 1.8% year-on-year increase, despite global economic uncertainties. Which concept best explains why year-on-year growth can appear weak? Primarily because the prior year comparison point was unusually strong. Your options are: A. Simpson's paradox. B. Mean variance trade-off. C. Survivorship bias. D. Base effect. And the correct answer is option D. Base effect. In the same briefing, the Commerce Secretary emphasized that high tariffs can strain export supply chains and that resilience improves when exporters reduce dependence on one particular geography. He added that some textile manufacturers are shifting market exposure and still maintaining volumes. Separately, exports to the US were reported to contract 1.8% in December to $6.89 billion, even as cumulative April-December exports to the US were $65.87 billion, up 9.7% year-on-year. Which risk construct best captures what the reduced dependence on one geography guidance is primarily trying to mitigate? Your options are: A. Moral hazard risk. B. Geographic concentration risk. C. Bullwhip effect risk. D. Asset specificity risk. And the correct answer is option B. Geographic concentration risk. India's Commerce Department reported December services exports of $35.5 billion and services imports of $17.38 billion, implying a $18.12 billion surplus. The same release noted these services numbers are an estimate and may be revised after the Reserve Bank of India's subsequent release. In balance of payments terms, this $18.12 billion is recorded under which heading? Your options are: A. Financial account, portfolio investment. B. Capital account, capital transfers. C. Errors and omissions. D. Current account, trade in services. And the correct answer is option D. Current account, trade in services. India's Commerce Department reported December services exports of $35.5 billion and services imports of $17.38 billion, implying a $18.12 billion surplus. The same release noted these services numbers are an estimate and may be revised after the Reserve Bank of India's subsequent release. In balance of payments terms, this $18.12 billion is recorded under which heading? Your options are: A. Provisional, advance, estimate. B. Audited final estimate. C. Benchmark robust estimate. D. Statutory account filing. And the correct answer is option A. Provisional, advance, estimate. Rajesh Agrawal, India's Commerce Secretary, stated that a 50% tariff applies to categories affecting 55% of exports to the US, while electronics exports are not covered under the additional tariffs. This difference in coverage changes which product categories experience the cost shock. What is the most accurate trade policy term for keeping a specific product category outside the tariff scope? Your options are: A. Voluntary export restraint. B. Rules of origin restriction. C. Product carve-out, tariff scope exclusion. D. Tariff rate quota. And the correct answer is option C. Product carve-out, tariff scope exclusion. Rajesh Agrawal, India's Commerce Secretary, said high tariffs can strain export supply chains and that resilience improves by reducing dependence on one particular geography. He noted that some textile manufacturers are shifting market exposure to maintain volumes despite tariff pressure. In risk terminology, what vulnerability is primarily being reduced by spreading sales across multiple geographies? Your options are: A. Agency risk. B. Moral hazard. C. Bullwhip effect. D. Geographic concentration risk. And the correct answer is option D. Geographic concentration risk. Rajesh Agrawal, India's Commerce Secretary, said India and the US are very near finalizing a trade agreement and that both sides are discussing virtually all pending issues. He also referenced a virtual meeting involving India's Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal and the US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. In negotiation terminology, what is it called when parties trade concessions across multiple issues based on differing priorities to reach agreement? Your options are A. Log rolling, issue linkage. B. Anchoring and adjustment. C. Escalation of commitment. D. Winner's curse. And the correct answer is option A. Log rolling, issue linkage.